It's time. Lock, load, put on your Infinity Gauntlet and grab your lightsaber. This is Nerd Talk. Presented by Webeam TV.
You know, every time I come back, I forget how bright these freaking lights are.
They're too damn bright.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Nerd Talk, everyone.
Yeah, we have to stare
Happy
into the
New
monitor
Year.
because the lights all around them, literally when you walk out, you do nothing but see the LED specks in front of your eyes. So if you see us staring intently into the monitor or into the camera, it's because we absolutely can't look
Because he's
anywhere
flirting
else.
with you.
No, actually, it has nothing to do with that. But you know what? Michael's here. And aren't we all just really excited about
Jesus,
that today?
I am shiny.
Yeah, look at that. Well, hey, hi, welcome to Nerd Talk.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New
Oh,
Year.
yeah, that's right.
Everyone.
First
New
day
Year.
back. This is exciting stuff.
Yeah.
And, gosh.
Boss
what
Tech's
a-
out and about tonight,
when was-
so I am filling in.
It's been, what, 2 weeks?
Yep, 2 weeks.
Wow. And I wasn't here for that week because it fell on Yule, so that was a miss for me. So
I was
how
supposed to go there.
so much has happened, including a new year. Mm-hmm. I do believe.
Yeah, a few
yeah, that
holidays
happened.
gone by, you know.
Yep. Yeah, a few things.
Some
Anybody
alcohol.
get anything really good for Christmas?
I got a new backpack.
I
Cool.
got a new
Hit the
hot
road,
water
Jack.
heater.
You got a new hot. Ooh, you know that makes baths
Those are
so much more
important.
fun. More than rubber ducky.
I got board games.
Really?
Bought yourself board games. Though.
I bought myself some board games too.
Mike's like,
What'd you
we
get?
We bought a bunch of board games. It's like, no, you bought yourself a bunch of
Red
board
Dragon
games.
Inn.
Not familiar with that.
Oh, it's
It's
really
silly.
good.
It's got a
cool,
lot of
fun
silliness. So if we end up playing on Nerd Talk, I'll probably come back on for that one because I played it a few times. It's
Yep. Fun game?
So basically, you come back from a D&D campaign and all y'all are at the pub and you drink, you fight, you gamble. And if you get too drunk, you get kicked out and you lose. If you lose all your money, you get kicked out of the inn. It's
Okay.
a fun little
Is
party
this what
game.
you do while you're playing the game?
Oh, you can probably do that too at the same time. I will.
Yeah, I
was
was.
gonna ask the same
oh,
question.
So you can play the game
I
at
say
the
we.
same time.
So
Okay,
when,
good,
when we
good.
were playing, we were drinking with our characters, which made a lot more.
We
adventurous.
we bought Gloomhaven.
I was
a
looking
couple
at
months
that game.
ago, and we bought this. There's a starter kit for like $30-40 that you have to have. Trust me, because they came out and they introduced the monster deck. You know, it's a
Yeah.
huge box. It's like
a $100 box set.
it's like a $150 box, and then in addition, it weighs like 80 pounds. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just solid wood because it's got all the tokens, like a billion different tokens in it. And the problem is, it's too complicated. When you just take it out of the box, you got a million pieces, you got all this stuff. Like, what the hell do you do? So they came up with a mini version. Okay, that you can go ahead and it levels you up slowly so that you learn more mechanics with each level. And then when you're ready, boom. So what happened was we played that and we're still playing it. We still love it. We haven't even, but then number two son got us the big one, okay, for the holiday. And it's like, okay, so we have it now. Amy spent about an hour and a half busting out all the pieces, just sitting there one token at a time. I mean, it's crazy how much is in there.
Yeah. The other game I
so,
got was
yeah.
whatever Karen.
Haven't heard of that one
It's a
either.
Karen board game. You got to be the biggest bitch in the game and win. Make hell to the store owners. Then I got Exploding Kittens. That's a fun
I've
game.
heard of that one.
That's a fun game.
Okay. Yeah. That one always just like sat wrong with me, so, you know, whatever.
What's wrong with cats blowing up?
That's
Laser
exactly
beams.
what's wrong with it. So,
Because my cat wouldn't die to that.
hot water
No,
heater.
your cat's evil.
Come on. You got
My
small
something
demon.
fun.
No, it was all like adulting stuff this year.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry.
all right.
I got an awesome new sword I'm very, very happy with, and I got an Oculus Quest 2. So, having much fun with that thing. I've already completed the Galaxy's Edge, the Star Wars. That was fun. I didn't even realize I was at the end, and suddenly I'm like getting killed 7 times before I figure out to go hide out with the droids. But spoilers. But yeah, so that was fun.
It's not fun until you break something, so you shouldn't. You shouldn't when you have the headset on.
Yeah.
I did that playing Beat Saber my first time with Vive. I was like, oh man, this is great. And I reached out and I heard something shatter. I'm like,
Oh.
Oops.
uh-oh.
Yeah. No, I actually, I took mine and I drew my square around my chair in my office, and I just sat and played.
Yeah.
From the sitting position, because you can adjust and you can say, yes, I'm sitting. And so that'll be that's your thing, and it pretty much gauges everything off that. And then you draw the shape around it, and every now and then my hand would hit the desk or something, but that was about it. It wasn't bad.
As long as you don't hit it hard, like a lot of those controllers are really, really durable. As long as you don't like really wail into them, they'll be fine.
Good to
Mine's
hear.
got like a bunch of like paint scratches on it from where I just hit walls, things,
Yeah.
people. Cage made the mistake one time of walking through like in the middle of something, so he was getting whacked. And I'm just like, that's
Yeah.
on you.
You know, the coolest thing about that set is when you go beyond your barrier, it automatically switches to a black and white low-res version of where you are in the real world.
Yeah, it's what the infrared camera's seeing.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, that is it's kind of freaky.
Did you not turn double tap on?
What is double tap?
In the settings, you can go and turn. So when you double tap the side of your headset, it turns that on and pauses your game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's good to know. Thank
we
you.
were doing it. We were testing it here in the studio and trying to get it to work with our switching software. We would double tap so we could see where we were standing, so we're not tripping over stuff and
Right.
running into people. Because obviously we have people coming into the studio.
Yeah, but that
all
might
the
be
yeah.
fun to watch.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff you want on
Yes,
video.
but I don't think it was funny for the first few minutes, and then Rob kept getting hit, and he was like, "All right,
This is
enough.
enough.
I'm
Now,
done."
one question. I've already forgotten it. It was really good too. It was, is there a way to live broadcast what you're seeing? I know you can record the video.
Yeah, so there's a
can
few.
you
There's a
broadcast?
few different ways.
Yeah, because people do on
Within
Twitch.
your Vive, there is a really simple way. If you want to just do your family and friends, you can have it streamed to either a smart TV or a laptop.
Okay.
And that's just by going through a web browser. If you want to go a little bit more in depth and you're trying to be a Twitch streamer or something along those lines, you can do that via a few different applications, one of which is called SideQuest. And it'll help. You have to have a PC, and I don't think it works on Mac just yet. I know they're coming out with something like that a little later this year.
Okay. No, but
Yeah.
still, just being able to somehow, broadcast that.
Granted,
But-
it'll only be one eye because it can't display both
No,
1080
no,
eyes. That would-
it can't do stereo. But then the other thing is, have you tried watching Netflix with it? Mm-hmm. That's so cool. Especially when
it's a
you go
weird
into the void
experience.
to watch it, and you go like IMAX screen.
You want to watch? You want to watch something that's going to guaranteed make you sick? Go put your VR helmet on and go watch Hardcore Henry.
Oh, God.
That entire film was filmed in first person.
Oh God.
So you are watching in first person.
That would
He is running around in first person, and I'm sitting here trying to keep my fucking head in place, like
Language.
trying to follow him.
yeah.
That'd be
Moving
like
around.
watching Cloverfield.
Yeah, it was awful. It felt
No.
disgusting.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Blair
no,
Witch.
don't worry
Blair
about it.
Witch. There we go. That's the one you want to watch.
Where it's just-
All right. You know what? We actually have topics on a list
Do we?
that we can actually get to. And I was about to segue between them because one of the first things I tried to watch was The Witcher. Okay, season
What do you
2.
mean, try to watch? There is
I
no try. There is
finished it
only
in one
you
sitting.
do it.
No, there isn't.
Yes.
Because when I first sat down, I tried to watch the first 3 episodes. I kept falling asleep.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's the-
I
Well,
found them
we
so
can't help you have
boring.
bad taste.
I found them, but here's what's funny. I then decided, okay, I'm going to give this a second shot, and I put it on while I was working during the day instead of trying to watch it, 9, 10 o'clock at night, and I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
And I'm up on
You're
like
redeemed.
episode 3 now. I'm like, okay, this is much better than I thought. I was just too mentally foggy to actually even appreciate what was going on. And now this next thing is probably going to get my endorsement, is that season 3 now has a release date. Do we know what it is?
It's end of
It's
2022.
gonna be
It'll be
Christmas
December
time,
Yeah,
like it always is.
Yeah, they already said they were aiming for December. So as long as they stayed on that track and finish the filming, as we've already seen multiple images of them filming again and already in production, meaning that editing can take off sooner. It means they don't have to rush. So because
Yeah.
our rush products, not what we want here, especially in the world of The Witcher, where there's a lot about to
Yeah.
start happening.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of detail going on.
I was going to say, they'd miss too much if they tried to rush it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they're already missing stuff from season 2. They've cut a lot of stuff out, and some stuff has been leaked on Twitter.
Because now they're in the third video game, technically.
They're starting to edge toward it, yeah, because they just showed off. Well, I don't want to spoil.
Spoilers.
Just
Okay.
saying.
Well,
No.
yeah, they showed the
Go
Wild
ahead.
Hunt.
No, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
Well, that's not actually news because they started teasing the Wild Hunt way back in season 1. It's just like, oh, the Wild Hunt. We were like, what's that?
Well, I have
People
no
in the
idea
video
what that
games
is.
are like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I have no
they're
idea.
like,
we're
we want it.
spoiling the Wild. We're starting the Wild Hunt already. Let's go. What an arc.
Take your word for it. So, aside from that, there's some good news there. Now, for those of you who are Amazon compatible, Lord of the Rings
Jeffrey
is going to
Bezos.
affect the Wheel of Time Season 2 release.
I don't
What-
think it will, though.
No?
No, because from what I'm hearing, we're looking at
Born in 1964.
Shut up.
Lord of the Rings not coming out until
CEO
September.
and Trumpeter.
And they're going to start teasing the next season of Wheel of Time this spring. I think it's going to come out in the summer. They're not
Well,
going to compete.
I get it. It's the editing, though, okay, and all the back end work, and how big is their team, and how much can they get done? Is that the issue?
Well, they started filming, though, last summer, before the first season even started. So
Of
I think
course.
they're going to be okay.
Fingers crossed.
I
As long
started
as they
watching Wheel of Time with John. It's not for me.
No.
It's not for me.
Yeah, it's definitely not for me because it's on Amazon, so I've never seen it.
It's just it.
So are you going to watch Lord of the Rings when it comes out?
Probably not.
You look to read. I'm surprised you haven't read The Witcher.
Oh, that would involve me staying awake long enough. I actually become a narcoleptic when I pick up a book after 6 p.m.
Oh, I love the.
It is
I've read a lot of The
insane.
Witcher. I'm still reading.
I mean, I have to read out loud in order to stay awake beyond one page.
they have audiobooks.
I know and I love audiobooks.
Go to
so-
audible.com. And
No, there's better. You go to
subscription
Libro.
services.
If you go to Libro, they got the same credit system, they got all that, but you can pick a local bookstore who will get credit for your purchase.
So Bruce said The Witcher rocks.
Yeah, The Witcher was really good. The Witcher was really
Thanks,
good.
Bruce.
The season 2 was really, really solid.
All right, good.
I
I'm glad to
haven't
hear it.
finished I did
Dittos.
re-binge the first season since it was 2 years since I watched it.
The first season
So-
was such a. What an awesome opening scene. I love that. I like The Witcher. I like The Witcher a lot.
And Cobra Kai came out the other day.
Oh, yeah,
I
season
thought
4?
we were talking about things I
Yeah.
liked.
Well, I can't help you don't like it. I watched it. I binge watched it over the weekend, and
I'm
so
not.
good.
I'm not. I have zero connection to the Karate Kid though.
Yeah, see, I grew up watching
you
Karate
just
Kid.
grew
That's
too
why I
young.
liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
I
didn't.
know,
I,
the thing is,
haven't
you grew up
watched the series.
Like
See,
I
Series
watched
is
the
great.
movies when they came out back in the 80s, but
it's like
The
Yeah.
series is really good. It follows the storyline from the movies, and even the first season, it changes the perspective. Was Daniel the good guy, or was he really the bully? So
Yeah, that's. I don't know.
But the fourth
it's a
season
fun
got
game
even
for
better.
people to play.
isn't that?
I just wrapped up Hawkeye. I don't know.
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah.
Hawkeye was
finished
great.
it.
I've not finished it.
Hawkeye,
Hawkeye
really
was
good.
much better than I
We
expected.
got Kingpin back
more or less.
officially in the
And
MCU.
spoilers. The yeah,
If you haven't watched by now, that's
well,
your own
but it's been all
fault.
over
yeah.
all over the internet.
And
Mike.
I am reasonably certain that he's not gone.
Oh, he's not gone.
No, I
because
mean-
you never saw.
No,
That
they had to pull
happened.
it up, and everybody's doing the grab the gun and shoot somebody. So yeah, so that's
Plus,
what
it's
happened.
accurate to the comic. It happened in the comic, and he didn't.
Now we'll see what happens. I mean, it would be an
Didn't,
interesting way to
I
get
won't
rid of him
say.
because he was being quite the dick in this one.
He didn't unalive.
Yes.
Yeah, he was highly unredeemable in this particular iteration. So it would be okay with me if he didn't come back.
He's not supposed to be nice. He runs New York.
Well, yeah, but he runs New York for a good reason.
Yeah, because he's a villain.
No.
He's a major villain.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's the beautiful part about Kingpin. He has the exact same motivation that Daredevil does. He's trying to control the violence in the city. His way of
so
doing
he
it is
makes
from the
all the
inside. He decided he's going to take over the entire crime world.
Yeah, like when he threatened Aunt May
Well, yeah,
to get
I
his
mean,
ass beat by Peter
well,
in prison
kinda
in
had that
front of
coming.
all of his goons
that was worth
and
it.
demoralized.
All right, well,
what a
we'll come
great
back to
comic
that one
panel!
later.
Everyone needs to go watch that. It's
I don't know what series that one's from. I should, considering Comic Book 101 is coming back.
that's why I turned to you. I was trying to give you the
Yeah,
promo spot.
segue.
We start shooting next week. I don't know what day
Awesome
of the
sauce.
week it's going to be played.
Yeah, I know because I don't even know what day you're filming.
Thursday. That's what you told me.
It's Thursday.
Next Thursday, 7
did
o'clock
tell
we're
him
filming,
Thursday.
but I don't know what night it'll be played.
So,
I'll figure
little
that out with
teaser
Christmas.
there.
But
we
Comic
have this
Book
great
101's
video
coming back.
clip now of Comic Book 101 and what it's going to look like for anybody out there. Oh, wait, no, we don't have it. Oh, never
I don't have
mind.
no
You'll
video
have to
clip.
just tune in to
Mike's-
see it.
Don't do that to me. I don't have anything. Just go to our Comic Book 101 page and look at past episodes.
I've got a video clip cut out.
Where does it say, let's
doesn't.
talk about Hawkeye?
says-
It ain't there.
it says
Peter Dinklage says the Toxic Avenger reboot is over the top and crazy.
All right, I love
I
Toxic
love-
Okay.
Avenger.
I love
I'm
Peter
happy.
Dinklage, so
I personally think he's just overcompensating for something. I mean, that kind of hyperbole, over the top and crazy. I mean, do we really need to hear
Avenger
that?
is over the
well
top.
because he's not over the top.
he can't,
I
he
see
can't
what you
reach the
did there.
top.
That was that was the pun.
I get it. So, well, maybe for him, everything is over the top. You know.
You're not
but
funny.
There we go. Nope. Yeah, I remember the first Toxic Avenger movie. Anybody have a comment on that?
Great movie.
Take your word for it.
Trauma Films rocks.
Did they ever make a second movie?
They made quite a few.
Really?
Yep.
I'm gonna let
And
Mike.
Trauma Films made a bunch of other horrible, great movies like
So I have to-
Romeo and
all right,
Juliet.
so you
Poultrygeist.
say that they made bad movies. So
Oh,
what,
they-
like,
they're
make,
horrible.
Like movies so bad they're good.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Total B-rated
those are fine.
movies.
Ed Wood kind of stuff.
Those are
Yeah.
Yeah.
fun. Those are fun. The world
As
needs
long
more
as
of
they
those.
know, as long as they don't take themselves too seriously, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Lloyd Kaufman's
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
The
Sam
whole
Sam
company's
Raimi, awesome at making really bad movies that are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Apparently they spent $35 million on this one.
35 million, of which approximately
It's gonna be
200,000 went
extra
into special effects. 30 million went into beer. That's interesting. So there we have it.
Well, the fans got to watch it somehow, and we can't watch that shit sober.
No, you can't.
Well, there you have it. Yeah, it's,
You need
it's
beer and
discount
other
coupons
stuff.
for beer. That's what it is. Gremlins has a new TV series,
That's going to be
so
interesting.
that's going to be
this
kind of interesting.
I have not heard about this. This kind of
Is
creeps
this
me out.
actually an animated
Please.
series?
This is animated,
God,
and it's
this
supposed to
creeps
definitely
me
be
the hell
family
out.
friendly.
No. No.
The 1984 movie they're saying is a little bit too dark for kids, which
It's not
Really?
dark
don't
at
get.
all.
Hold
I
on.
didn't think so either.
The gremlin held him at chainsaw point. Like, let's not act like
The
that.
Flash and Gremlin.
Okay, wait a minute though. If you look at today,
Either
what is
through
available
buzzsaws at
on
people.
regular TV for kids compared to that? No, that's nothing.
She
That
raises
cat-
a
That's
valid
nothing.
point.
That cat is
1985
dead.
was different than 2022.
That
Yeah, and they're
cat
saying
is
it's too dark
dead.
for now.
It's not dark now.
I
It's a
agree
great
with you.
Christmas movie.
I agree with you.
It's one of the best
That
Christmas movies. That and
cat
Die
is
Hard.
Dead.
Yeah, but you're expecting a sympathetic ear from a guy who plays exploding kittens or something. you
That's
know.
a fun
That
game.
part's fine. Just the,
Yeah.
that gremlin definitely dragged a cat off screen and killed it. It's like, oh, that's
You
No,
know,
yeah,
and,
that's dead.
and we've got Joker, you know, lighting up the pile of cash with the guy sitting on top of it that we conveniently forget is there, you know?
well. Look at the ratings between them. That one was PG, one was PG-13.
Oh, there
really?
you
that
have
makes
it.
that much of a
What was it?
difference?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Apparently, yes.
No. Not at
Parental
all.
guidance for your 6-year-old, and don't bring anybody under 13
Yeah,
into
don't
this.
run with chainsaws. PG-13 is I expect you not to run with chainsaws.
Yeah, that's.
But I'm not going to
theirs.
enforce it. Yeah, there you go.
Why wouldn't you? Why
All
would you
right.
enforce it? Enforcing is just boring.
No.
Now, Boba Fett. So, the book of Boba Fett's Mare may reveal a major Star Wars movie crossover. So far, the first episode is out,
It was great.
and it was...
It was awesome.
No, you got the wrong ending on that word.
No, it was freaking.
The dialogue was bad,
perfect.
the action was bad, the fight scenes were bad.
You're bad. You just got bad taste.
Pretty much
we can't help
all
it.
of that was just missing.
Him pulling
I mean,
himself out of the
when-
pit was
when-
comic accurate. Was
Yeah,
very,
it was great.
Okay, I was totally okay with
him
that.
clawing his way
I,
out.
I
was
love
want to
the-
talk
exactly how it was
about. I want to
described.
talk about the chasing where he's being chased by the dog. Okay, the dog dragon, whatever the hell it is, the baby crate dragon, whatever it is, and they had to speed up the film, and it looked like a freaking bad cartoon because the old man couldn't run fast
Someone
enough to look good
is
on
a little
film.
blind and senile
And so
that
they
didn't know
they
what he was
speed it up,
watching.
and it's like, oh my god, this looks awful. And every fight scene, he's moving so slowly. He can't actually handle the action, and it just shows. And this is supposed to be, You know, immediately when he was just over there being, you know, totally badass, beating up on everybody, and now he comes out of the pit, you know, a week later, and he's like too old to outrun a dog. And you can see it.
He wasn't
And it's just,
necessarily-
it was,
Well, in episode 6, he really wasn't a badass either. He
No.
flew around,
He was supposed to be.
accidentally got sliced, and then fell.
yeah.
Like, his whole thing is just like, I hate Han. Han did this. He got outplayed by some skinny kid with a lightsaber. Like, it's not actually it's Han's fault here, but that's his drive, for those who don't know.
But they
Will
did a
be.
great job on it. I can't wait to see where they go with the show.
You know, this
no,
is
we
going to be
always
fun,
do
but
good.
we're on
There's
episode
more.
1 still. And episode 1 basically sucked.
Okay,
The
now-
dialogue, the whole
I
nine
haven't
Again,
yards.
seen
someone
it.
that doesn't
I
do
plan
Okay.
on
anything
watching
good.
both episodes 1 and 2 tomorrow.
Okay.
And so...
All right, you
know,
be the judge.
I've heard mixed reviews.
Yeah, I was horrendously disappointed. So there you have that. But Mike liked it, so therefore I must be disappointed. Except I'd already gone out on the internet and put out my review before I found out how Mike felt. So there you have it. What's next?
Spider-Man No Way Home is Sony's highest-grossing film of all time. Understandable. That was
It
awesome.
Should be.
That was fantastic. That was so good. Me and Cage finally went and saw it, and I think I'm like, Cage probably has bruises on his leg where I was sitting here going, screen. He's like, I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, don't look at the screen. It's Tom McGuire. It's Ed Garfield. They're all together.
They did the meme.
Oh, of course.
I am going to
Thank God they
watch
did that meme.
all of the other Spider-Man movies before I go see it because it sounds
a good
like
idea.
I need to. I mean, because I haven't watched it since the first.
So,
Same.
Honestly,
I never watched
Peter.
Amazing Spider-Man, but seeing him play that character in this made me want to go watch him
here's the
now.
thing.
Yeah.
Toby played a fantastic Peter Parker.
Yes.
Didn't
Yeah.
play a very good Spider-Man. It was okay. It was definitely not bad.
It was good
a
for
first
its
on
time.
screen, good. But Andrew Garfield played an amazing Spider-Man himself. Just
Wow, that could be a
Ha, ha,
title.
ha.
Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah.
He did such a good job with the quips, with the cockiness. It was flawless. It was exactly what we expect from
But his
Spider-Man.
Peter Parker was weak.
His Peter Parker, he was way
Too
he was way
freaking
too
old.
cool to be Spider-Man. Well, yeah, it was.
So,
on top of that, it was a
he was
30
old.
It was a 30-year-old playing a 15-year-old. It's like, that doesn't really work. You can't really walk around high school, but because I belong here. It's like, yeah,
Wait,
no.
I don't know. They've done that in so many TV shows and movies.
Well,
Oh my
of
God,
course.
yeah.
And then Tom Holland is
Everything.
good at both. So he was just a
Yeah,
good
he's
mixture.
solid at both. Yeah.
But
so
they officially made the other movies canon, which
And their villains.
unfortunately made
Mean
that crappy.
finger guns.
so
Venom
so
canon.
question:
that in once.
where can I watch them all? Are they on any platform?
Yes, they are. I think
They're on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm sure. But are they on?
I think they're on
I got tickled
Netflix.
by that
You
one.
think they're on Netflix?
I think they are.
All right.
They
Well,
may
it seems
even
to
be
me they
on
should be on Disney. I mean, if
they
they're
may
Marvel,
be-
why aren't they on Disney?
Because they were Sony.
They were Sony.
Those
that's
were
right, that's
Sony
right, those
movies.
are
So
Sony
those
owned the
you'll have to-
rights.
Yeah, I may have to buy them. That would be
Well,
fun.
here's the thing. I would offer you my disc, but me and Cage watched the Tobey Maguire one so many times as a kid that we literally burnt it out.
Well, I'm not worried about the Tobey Maguire one. That one I've seen.
But yeah, we should also watch that one too.
Yeah, but if you're gonna binge them
you're gonna
first.
watch all of them.
No, but I've already seen those. I want to see the other ones to
Yeah,
get
we
the
want-
rest
we want
of
to
it.
I thought you said you were
and
going to
then
watch all of them
You
before
say
you
you may
saw
as well
this
binge
one.
all
I meant
of them.
all the ones that I haven't seen.
Yeah,
Okay,
but you may as
that's
well
what I
binge
meant
all
by
of
it.
them. Tobey
I
Maguire
can't.
ones are fun. Why can't you?
Because you burn the you
I'm
burn
not
the ridges
giving.
off
I
the
wouldn't
disc.
give you my disc.
Amazing Spider-Man is not on Disney.
All right, you know what? You could
That's fine.
probably get it from the library.
Netflix.
There you go.
Also true.
It is on Netflix.
I think so.
All right, I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. That's not your problem, folks.
Amazing Spider-Man was really.
All right, we have got to like
Iffy.
crank it up here. We are halfway through segment 1,
We
and
don't
we
have
are
to
halfway
rush
through
through
the
them. That's a
episode.
good thing.
Okay, I'm really looking forward to the next one with the Game of Thrones.
Punch it.
For the prequel, there are actually 4 prequels that were suggested. They moved forward first with this one, with the House of Dragon. And George R.R. Martin has given his thumbs up on this, which, as long as the showrunners don't kill it like they did at the end of the Game of Thrones series, I'm really looking forward to this.
So is Game of Thrones worth watching?
Absolutely.
Never
Except
saw
the
it.
last 2 seasons.
Except the last 2 seasons. I was really, like pumped up for it. And imagine, if you found out that the last 2 Harry Potter movies were terrible. I mean, how could you then go, gee, I want to go watch the first 5?
Because it's worth it.
It is?
I think so.
All right, I'll try and dig in a little bit. But that is something that I have absolutely. I mean, it looks like an ideal, awesome world, and
Or incest.
but is it
Well,
is
it's
it really
just two
like soap
characters.
opera action? And
That's
you know,
just
is
the
it
characters. Is it the characters?
Two
that make up
characters.
The show.
That was it. Just Cersei and her brother.
Cersei. Wow, that was I mean, obviously it's based on history. It's based on the War of the Roses, and that is where it first came from, and then it just went, I guess, completely sideways from there. But
Well, if
looking
George R.
forward
R.
to
Martin
it.
can finish the series, because he hasn't finished the books, and that's where I think the show fell apart because of it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and then we'll see what happens. But then you have to read it, or will they remake the last 2 seasons for us based on the actual books? That would be interesting.
Only if they can get the same characters.
Actors?
Or, actors for
gotcha.
the characters.
All right. So,
Probably could, but
And Matt Smith's in it, so another
Hey,
reason to
Mike.
look forward to it.
works for me.
are you going to read off topic number 8?
Oh, no, because I hate her. She's a thief. She doesn't have her own creation. She stole the ideas from the Book of Magic comic book from the Sandman universe. No, why would I want to talk about that person?
He's, of course, referring to J.K. Rowling, the genius who wrote Harry Potter.
Stole the idea
and-
because of the Book of Magic.
And
Look at the cover of Book of Magic. The comic book is identical to Harry Potter. Everything identical.
I've heard that.
I've read it. We
And,
talked about it
you
on
know-
Comic Book 101.
I'm sure you did, and I'm sure you were completely fair and unbiased about it. The interesting thing is, why she wasn't in the special. There was a lot of speculation that it had to do with, social issues and upset and all that stuff.
she's
But then it
against
came out that it was
trans.
basically a massive scheduling conflict for her. And
she was in the
so,
special.
images of her were in it, but
They
were all
had to make
pre-recorded
excuses
from
why she
previous
couldn't
years,
go.
2019, 2018,
Well, the
stuff
whole
from
thing
the
was-
studio tour.
The whole thing was filmed in 2019. It says it right in the beginning. This was filmed in 2019.
Yeah. But honestly, it was a hell of a moving special. If you have not seen it,
Special
I
was great.
strongly
My mom
suggest
watched it and loved it.
you
Poor-
watch it. I mean,
Poor
it's like
girl
you wanna
made
talk about tearjerker.
what's his name, the redhead, feel really bad. Emma Watson when
Emma
she goes
Watson
the
made
worst
Rupert
part.
Rupert Grint?
Yeah,
Ron?
when she goes kissing you was the worst thing possible.
Yeah.
And you just see his face like,
All right, that's what I was going to say.
I'm like, damn, I feel bad for that
Mine
boy.
was going to be the fake potions they made us drink, but okay, cool. Yeah, she was going with that.
Yeah, and the thing is, what she really means by it is they had been friends for so long that it was just wrong to
Awkward.
now have to shoot a romantic scene with someone who's been your friend for 8 years.
Yeah, a little awkward.
Yeah, I was just like,
Can't kiss your friends platonically?
yeah, that was not a platonic kiss. That was the whole point. And the hardest part, of course, she said was that, and I mean, spoiler here, was they couldn't keep straight faces. Every time they even started, they started busting out laughing. So it was just an impossible shoot in so many ways. But so there you have it. Definitely worth watching. Go grab it. If you liked Harry Potter at all, it is an amazing trip down memory lane.
So,
and cannot say enough about it.
Chuck put in the chat when we were talking about Fett, have you ever ran in sand in boots? Plus, Bobo's old, and it's in the canon that he's like that, and the terrain kind of counts. So that's why he had
That's
issues
fine,
running
Chuck.
through the
You can
sand.
go ahead. But if that's the case, then why did they digitally speed him up and make him look like a bad cartoon character?
They didn't.
They did. Go watch it again. It's bad.
I watched it twice already.
Yeah, well, you weren't looking. All right. Now we have Charlie Cox is returning as Daredevil. Raise your hand if you're surprised. Didn't think anybody was surprised about
No.
that.
Well, we kind of knew that ahead of time from the leaked photos of Spider-Man.
Yeah, which he
with-
still denies that was even the case.
They had to deny that.
yeah.
You're going to need a really good lawyer. Lucky for you, I'm a really good lawyer.
Oh, by the way, what's the name? Is Murdoch and what's Froggy's last name?
I don't know.
Oh well, whatever it is.
I just know Froggy, I don't-
If you're in the Oculus and you're in the Netflix section and you're in the like Alpine living room, if you look down, there's a coffee mug on the coffee table in front of you, and it says on it Murdoch and whatever Froggy's last name is, attorneys at law.
That's cool.
It's on the freaking coffee mug. It is such great little product placement for Netflix. I loved it. So yeah, just a little tidbit there. Michael Keaton's Batman appears to be in HBO Max's Batgirl as well. So I'd love to see him back in the cowl again. He was definitely one of my favorite Batmen of all time.
You either die here or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. And that's why he plays a great Vulture.
And there you have
I
it.
still think they need to do Batman Beyond and him be Old Man.
Old Man Wayne. Ooh,
Yes,
Oh,
he
my
would
God,
be the
yeah.
best
That'd
for
be
that.
Oh, he's
so
ideal for it
good.
now. Who else did something like that recently?
Well, in Batgirl, in the big crossover when Batgirl season 1 happened, we had that Old Man Wayne played by the voice of Batman, Kevin Conroy. He played the Old Man Bruce,
Okay.
and that was awesome to see him actually do the live action Bruce Wayne for finally, all crippled and everything.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it was great.
Nice. Yeah, there's so much stuff like that. You know, you harken back to Lost in Space, the movie, and you've got a lot of great cameos in there, but I think one of the best one was the guy who played Don West in the TV series is now Matt LeBlanc's Don West's commanding officer.
Right.
So it's still Don. It's just like, I love that they take them, they age them, and they put them in roles that would be perfect at that time frame. You know, it's freaking fantastic when they do that.
But since we're talking about Batman for a minute, the Flash movie is supposed to be changing the whole DC universe. They're saying that it's going to rearrange everything, so we're not going to have... Yes, because we're not going to have Henry playing Superman anymore. It's going to reboot that franchise and the new
Are we
Justice
getting
League.
Dean Cain back?
No, we're going to get Supergirl instead. And we're also going to lose Affleck Batman.
Okay.
So that's going to
So
be
who's coming back in his place?
We're going to get Batwoman.
I'm sensing a theme here. God, I'm so glad that they're giving all these secondhand roles to women and minorities.
I'm a little
That's just so awesome that, now that, white guys have made all the money and introduced them and made them into legends, they can just go ahead and cast them off and give them to
disappointed
others.
that we're not getting Flashpoint accurate Superman.
Yeah.
Test subject Superman. I thought that was a really cool. Quickly humbling a lot of Superman fans when he comes out of the ground for like 2 seconds and immediately gets his shit rocked. It's just like, that sun radiation didn't do much for you there, did it, asshole?
But I'm excited to see what Flashpoint does.
Well,
Because
the thing
he's
is
a great.
there's
He
so
plays a
many
great
ways.
Flash.
And there's so many ways Flash can fuck up a universe. So
Yeah,
in
we've
all
seen it
in the
actuality-
TV
That's
show.
twice. Next time we were cutting your microphone.
For what?
So,
Wait, what did he do?
Marvel's new superhero debut was impossible.
Good job.
What was going on with that?
Get $1 for that.
Yeah, Miracle Man.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Yeah, Miracle Man. Is that like the new name for, what was it, Marvel Man originally? Yeah, that was a funny kind of story in the background on that one. Did you read up on that?
I like the helmet in the background.
Oh, yeah, way back when
In the early 50s.
Yeah, the original Captain Marvel, okay, or was...
Yeah,
The original Captain Marvel was Shazam.
Right.
Okay, but they were messing with a knockoff of Superman, and they came up with Marvel Man, and so then they got into a legal battle with Marvel Comics over it back before they were all these titans, and they could just shut somebody down, and so they changed the name kind of as you're like, okay, fine, we'll call him Miracle Man. How's that? And so they switched it over, and that's where Miracle Man came from. It was after a peeing contest between two comic book companies.
But they've always had that contest going. Look at Deadpool. The reason Deadpool was created was a slap in the face to DC.
Okay, but the question is, but did they name him? If he were dead cool and he went by the name DC,
Well,
that would be
let's see.
one thing.
Let's go by Deadpool's real name, Wade Wilson.
Okay.
And what was the character? Dylan? Slade what?
Slade Wilson.
Yeah, they
Call
did it
your
on
character
purpose.
Just like our character's name was Deathstroke. They named him Deadpool. It was a very, very obvious slap. They both use dual katanas. Both have both katanas limit healing factor when they cut their opponent. It's like, okay.
But Deadpool was made as a joke slap in the face, but
Because Deathstroke
Right.
at the time was super.
But it wasn't so on the nose that they actually named him after the other guy's franchise or company.
No, they didn't go
Which
with
was the
they didn't
point.
go with the
Marvel
company. They went
Man
right
was
for the
named
character.
after Marvel Comics. They went too much on the nose with it, and they got shot back by lawyers because that was just too much on the nose. So there you have that. All right, what's next? Morbius release date pushed back to April.
bloody hell, just release this movie.
No. And
This is
why
the sixth time it's been delayed,
a
though.
rushed product. Will
It's
be
done,
forever
though.
bad.
They keep
An
pushing it.
infinitely delayed product always has a possibility of being a legend.
But they keep pushing it back because of the
Permanent
pandemic.
potential.
That's fine.
Look at how much Spider-Man made. Look
That's
at
fine.
the other movies.
That's
Just
fine.
start releasing them.
How many times was No Way Home delayed? Like 4 fucking times.
Yeah.
So therefore, the thing is, like, if Marvel has done good enough in the past to show us that if they delay a movie, they do it with a purpose.
This is Sony, though.
It's regardless Marvel slapping their big logo on it. So them delaying it is not always necessarily a bad thing. It could mean they're fixing something, and it could be something that they know fans. Do you know what happens if we had delayed Justice League? We probably would have gotten a lot better product. Instead, we got a hot
We
pile of
wouldn't have
shite.
got that.
We wouldn't have gotten poorly beard removed Superman. We're sitting here like, Cavill's got a beard there, doesn't he? It's like, no.
mustache,
And his
God.
fake Photoshop smile. The thing is, like, if they had just delayed it another 3 months, some dude in editing could have fixed that and made it look way better.
Well,
But instead, they're like, shotgun it out.
Doctor Strange, too, been pushed back. They had to do
Does it-
6
they
weeks
delay
of reshoots.
Oh, see, and then
The new
it
one?
was good.
Yeah.
As I'm saying, I think in this specific case, I think it's fair to say we can trust Marvel. Yes. Does it suck that we're not having Morbius? Yes, because there's all 7 Morbius fans are rolling in their graves right now, and one's pissing himself on set.
No, I'm not a Morbius fan. I just want to see it because I know it's going to tie into what's happening.
He's a cool character. There's a lot they can do with him.
I'd rather see Blade.
He's a cool character. There's a lot they can do with him. But I think I think we can be safe and trust Marvel on this one. Let them delay their stuff, because when they delay it, normally we get something better.
Hopefully.
Listen, they've got a
It's
running...
Morbius. I don't know how much more we can get better for
They've
that.
got a running example called DC of what not to do.
Oh, God, yeah.
So they're like,
Hence
all
why
right,
they're
so as long
rebooting
as we
the
don't do
franchise.
that. So an exec sat down and said, does this feel like a DC movie to you? It feels like this one's surprisingly dark, not only in lighting, but also in characters.
DC, dark characters.
And dark lighting sets. You
Yes.
guys not own
The
a
lighting
LED?
doesn't begin with the letter
we can
C.
give you one of ours if you want.
Yeah, really.
It'll help a little.
I mean, really, one LED flashlight would have changed that whole franchise. Mm-hmm. So, Paul Feig calls out Sony for not including the 2016 Ghostbusters film in the
The what
franchise
movie?
box set.
Because it's not part of the franchise. Why would it be?
Well, they argue, though, that you've got the original characters in it.
But they're not the characters.
In name
They're
only.
just the original actors. This has nothing to do with the original Ghostbusters. It shouldn't be included. Paul, quit crying like a little baby and shut up and grow up.
Well,
Simple as that.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know what the 2016 Ghostbusters was. I don't
The
think I watched
female
it.
one.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, the one your dad loves.
It was all
And
right.
your mom loves.
There
It was
you have
okay.
it.
So
but it
wasn't-
shouldn't be included
It wasn't put in the box set for...
because it's not part of the original franchise. That's why they didn't put it in there.
I mean,
but
does it
because
say-
Paul cried like a little bitch, they decided they're adding it to the digital versions.
True, but it doesn't necessarily say the original franchise on the box set. It just says the Ghostbusters box set.
Yeah.
Like, that would be like someone releasing the Star Wars box set and going, no, you left out the Clone War. It's like, yeah, okay, but it's like, it's not part of the
No, you-
franchise there, bud. They got the 9
you left out
movies.
Rogue One. You left
Yeah,
out Rogue
there
One.
you go. It's like, well, we
Okay?
left out
It's
Rogue
like,
One.
but-
It's like, it wasn't part
But
of
it's not part of the franchise. You left out Solo. Well,
It's like-
yeah, but those are not
Those are
the
those are
9.
additional. They're
They don't have a
DLCs. You
number
don't
on
need
them. You know?
This one in this
Yeah.
case is like...
This one
it
is
feels like it
is
belongs
a
bit more.
It's a reboot. okay, as far as I understand.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's not the original franchise. I totally get that.
That would be
And,
like
yeah.
the Chucky franchise. Why would you add in that reboot Chucky that they added in? That's not part of the...
Because you like the animatronic characters up there doing the band thing in the ball pit. Wrong Chucky. Okay, never mind. All right, guys, it's time. We're off to Gaming World.
Rob, on a scale of 1 to 10, how loud is that in your ears when you play it? So there's audio. There we go. Answer my
There
question.
you go.
First up, we have Dark Horse acquiring gaming. Acquired by gaming company
Embracer.
I don't actually know who Embracer is, so.
Yeah.
Neither do I.
This is...
But that's scary because I like Dark Horse a lot. They produce one of my favorite comic series ever, The Darkness, with Jackie Estacado, and I'm very, very nervous. I like a lot of Dark Horse's stuff because the Dark Horse has a lot of crossovers with people. I feel like Dark Horse may be one of the last comic book companies that likes to just have fun with it. They're not pushing any form of agendas. They're not doing it. They're just doing. They're like, yeah, you know what? A crossover Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Random Hero number 74, man. Why not? Go for it. And we're like, okay.
But why would the
They don't take
gaming
themselves
company
too
buy a
seriously.
comic book company?
Now, did they also do Sandman? Was that not DHC?
Sandman was...
Comic 101, help us out here.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your job.
can't-
I don't know. It's on the shelf at home. I need to go look, I guess.
No,
if you
Sandman
guys
was
don't know.
actually DC.
It was DC?
Yeah,
Okay.
Sandman's DC.
Well, yeah, that would make sense. Neil did a lot with DC. Okay.
So does anyone know what Embracer does, or did we just put this topic
So,
in here?
I don't know.
Oh, that's what they did. Oh. Is that TriQ or is that THQ Nordic? Because if it's THQ Nordic, I know who that is.
It's THQ Nordic.
Oh, it's Gearbox. Oh, it's the same guys who did friggin' Borderlands.
Is it?
Yeah,
did Borderlands?
No, they didn't. They also work with Deep Silver Studios.
Oh, okay.
They work with various studios around. Okay. Aha, I now know who Embracer is.
So you're okay with this then?
I'm okay with this.
So
'Cause
I see why they also did it, because it's given them so much property
That's
to
what
make
I'm saying.
movies, film, TV, and everything.
And you know,
games.
that
So
makes
marketing
sense,
it
Yeah.
because Gearbox just dropped Tiny Tina's Revenge, or whatever, her D&D campaign-esque Borderlands DLC, which looks really fun, by the way. I keep seeing little videos, and I think it looks really, really silly.
So yeah, so I can see why doing that, because they'll give opportunities to make video games out of some of these comics.
And vice versa, we can have comics out of these video games.
Yeah.
Would you
New
read
movies?
a Borderlands comic? I probably would. I would definitely.
Yeah, I would.
The one about Krieg Berserker? Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, I would read that.
Yeah,
Read that in a heartbeat.
and you know, I can't see them, given their proclivity towards unique game environments, in putting any kind of constraints on DHC in this case.
Yeah, no,
they're
so-
like, no, keep writing really outrageous crap. We're going to go ahead and make a game.
Well,
out
that's
of it.
the great thing is Borderlands, which
Was a great series.
was super over the top and was way out of line. It was awesome. It was hilarious. They have guns that when you reload them, you throw them and they turn to little turrets. They keep running off and they have stupid little quotes while they do it. They're hilarious.
Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, they did Conan. Dark Horse did Conan comics back in the
That's
day.
right. Yes.
We're
Cool
gonna get
stuff.
A Conan
So,
video game.
That would be cool. I would do a Conan video game. I would play that.
So
well,
now-
they did one. They did it on PC.
We don't talk about that one. That one went quietly into the night, and I'm not going to offer a candle so it can find its way home. We don't want to let it stay there. It's going to stay out there until it thinks about what it's done.
the next one looks
Level up your tabletop. Oh, I got to watch this video over Rob's shoulder. Rob, can you play that video while Box and Boss? Because, man, this is gonna. If this is the one that I'm thinking of, that is. It is. Look, it's magnetic. Oh,
Yeah.
It's a little tile system, so you can build your rooms. This is gonna be a DM's best friend. For the DM who doesn't want to keep drawing things on his board and wants to offer his players a little bit more, an example myself. I'm not creative enough to make them myself. I know I'm not. As much as I'd love to think I am, I'm really not. I'm not creative. I'm not colorful, and I can't make little figures like this. I've got a player who makes a bunch of different figures and whatnot, and I love him to pieces, but I can't ask him to make every single environment that we're going to be in. Especially when he's playing my campaigns, I feel bad because then I feel like it's getting ruined for him because he has a general idea of where we're sending the characters. With this, I don't need to. I can sit here and I can build out their environments as we go. I can have some of them pre-constructed because obviously thinking on your feet is really important as a DM. So being able to quickly slap together a tavern for them.
So what is this? Is this
That would be
3D
pretty
printed,
cool.
then magnets put in, or?
I'm not sure. It looks cool though, and if it's a Kickstarter,
Well,
I'm probably
I mean-
going to throw money at them.
And it is Kickstarter. You get 40% off if you sign up early. The thing about the 3D printing is it's not very cost effective when you're doing large volumes.
Yeah.
So you would just go ahead and have them molded.
So I don't
have
know
those pieces
how-
done. And it may be that they're going to do some of the pieces 3D printed, and then the game tiles will just be ordered, with the magnets in them. And I've known people build these out of EVA foam and the insulation foam, and they do all that stuff, and then they put the magnets in.
so
this
is there a price, or is it not?
No, I have not found a price yet.
So
I'm
it's
still
Release-
hunting.
No release.
So we gotta sign up on the Kickstarter to get notified when it goes live, so we can find out the price. Okay.
I think I'd sign up.
I'm
How
gonna-
much is the start?
Hold
how
on,
much
this
does
is
start
it.
out?
It's like you got to sign up to be notified. Okay.
So wait, so all they want
on
is
launch
my
day.
email?
Yeah, they want your email address right now, and then they'll notify you.
And they get 40% off? Oh, done deal. Done
Yeah.
deal. Easy peasy. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Why
on
not?
Rob,
launch day, you'll get 40%.
Rob, is there a
off.
way you can throw that? Wait, their link is in the Nerd Talk chat. I'll sign up for it later because
Yep.
I already have a Kickstarter.
EpochTiles.com, EPOCH, EpochTiles.com. And so there's that one. So that does look really good. That's going to be
Cool.
Now,
I'm excited.
Get down a nice D&D table.
yeah.
One of those custom tables that we've been looking online. Oh,
This is kind of interesting. The D&D executive producer, Ray Winninger, has been addressing the mounting problems and everything regarding the recent removal of problematic lore. We no longer feel that such guidance is useful or appropriate. And kind of what he's referring to here is the racial stereotyping that was a natural part of D&D in the 80s, and we didn't think twice about it. You go all the way back because this stuff pulled from Tolkien, and Tolkien was in a time when this stuff was just perfectly normal and acceptable. That, all orcs are dark-skinned and are evil and stupid.
well,
And,
orcs are dumb.
and all elves are Nordic and light and fair and beautiful
No,
and wonderful.
you have dark elves.
And
So
we
they
do
are dragons,
now.
bricks.
We do now. Okay, but all this stuff came from the original Tolkien, and just that mindset that was originally embedded in it, they're now trying to come across and go, you know what, this was really not a good. It's not a good way to present this stuff.
Listen, they just want me to stop being racist to elves, and it won't work. All of my characters inherently. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I will still punt a gnome any
Knife-eared
chance
bastards.
possible. Gnome punting's fun.
You go right ahead.
Gnome punning, knife-eared bastards, and I don't know how those two feel about elves down there.
Considering my character's an elf, I'm good.
You have a character that hates their own people. It's totally normal.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's actually a predominant thing in today's culture.
Yeah, okay, we're moving on. The Master Tome Gaming Box.
I have no clue anything about this,
Really?
but that looks pretty.
I think, this looks kind of cool, if
that,
it is the
DM
one I
screen?
think it is. It's a neat way of, because it has all your pieces in it, all your everything you need, characters, the whole 9 yards, and then it becomes your DM shield. Okay? And so, or screen. That's kind of cool. It looks like it's going to take up some table space on you, but
That looks
what a
expensive is what it looks
it's yeah, let me figure out what it costs.
I'm gonna guess
backers
200.
pledged. Yeah, $200,000. Oh, sorry. Yeah, if you pledge, you get the Master Tome $199, available
$200,
next December.
right.
Yeah, so they're all $200. Okay, but it's a pretty darn cool looking game set, and
I think the hardcore DMs will get it. it's not going to be for an everyday person.
That's the thing.
Everyday
I don't
DM.
think a lot of us will. A lot of us are.
That's a lot.
The guys over at Wormwood Gaming and a bunch of other companies have already made stuff like this.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a little curious why they're coming out with this and thinking it's like the next newest and greatest thing, because we have this already. And it doesn't cost $200 right now.
And does it look like a book when you close it up, though? Because that's the really cool thing. I'm sorry. The fact that it looks like a book.
Actually.
Do you think, though, too, that it's also in conjunction with the resurgence of all this? Because, you know, how everything goes in cycles.
Yeah.
And now you're hearing more and more about it. For those who aren't more in the nerd realm, if you will, they're starting to do more with it.
Yeah.
You know,
So
it's becoming more mainstream.
It's becoming
You
more
bring mainstream up, which is funny. I mentioned that the other day. We were at Wiregrass Mall, and we went to the bookstore there.
Right.
And I remember going into a bookstore, when you go to look at D&D books, it's a small section on the
Now
bottom
there's
of
a
the
whole
shelf.
wall.
They have a huge wall dedicated nothing but D&D.
Yeah.
No other role-playing books,
I mean,
but
look,
a whole D&D
the books are $50 a piece, so getting your screen for $200. Clearly, I mean, let's just put this in perspective, folks, okay? 1,300 people bought this. They had a $10,000 goal, $9,999 goal, and they've got 1,142 backers for a total of $268,000. They've raised over $250,000 in sales on this thing. So clearly, there are enough
There's a
people
demand.
in the market
Yeah.
that made it worth going for their $10,000 raise. Because they end up raising $250,000.
In answer to your question, yes, they do have it. It does look like a book when it closes up.
Yeah, it does. I saw that in the video. You see it?
No,
Other companies
it's a
have
different
done it.
Wormwood.
Oh, that's Wormwood's. Looks like a book,
Yeah,
too.
and it's all magnetic, so you can take it apart and
How much is
customize.
Wormwood?
It is. It changes on price depending on how many panels you can have, and you can order separate panels and additional panels to add on and make your screen bigger.
So
Right.
it's the minimum.
$50 is for the first panel.
Okay, so
Yeah, for the first panel. So,
Well, you only need 3, so it's $150, and you've got.
yeah, for this here, you got $199. You got all this other stuff built in. Terrain, you've got all kinds of crap.
Well,
okay, that they throw in with
you
it.
have the containers.
Ah.
I doubt they're going to throw in like minis and dice.
The
and
dice
stuff like that, 'cause
and-
you're going to want to use your own dice.
Well, you may.
In a lot of cases, you're going to want to use your own minis.
people
Yeah.
love
Oh,
it.
the Masterworks edition is $249 on this. And
yeah, see, minis are $30.
Add magnetic modules. Okay.
So
and
that's
the
where it's
DM
going to
kit
get
and dragon scale leather on the outside. I think it's pretty cool.
It's
okay?
cool.
I'm
It's just,
sorry.
I think
it's
they're a little
cool.
late to the punch. But as you guys were talking about, this is resurging. A lot of people are trying to get back into this.
Mm-hmm. And they may
COVID
never have heard of
restrictions
Wormwood.
slowly reeling out or reeling down and calming down. Well, at least for Florida, people are getting back out. I know my group's getting ready to start. I thought I was talking just before about me starting my Artificer.
Yep.
So with that happening, if
I won't play.
Okay.
you're not allowed.
Meanwhile, with our dead air time, we're going to...
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to know why I didn't think
I
of
threw this in there.
to do one of these on a cruise ship. Now, that is, of course, if cruising gets back to normal and you don't hear everything you do right now in the news. But this is an amazing idea.
Yeah.
It is.
It's 16 months from now is
For
when they
that
set
one.
sail.
For that
For that one. Are there earlier ones?
Well, not for D&D, but there's
No,
a
not
cosplay
that-
cruise and some
yeah,
others.
they've
that are
been-
going
yeah.
out
They've already
for that.
started cruises
Yeah.
back
Yeah,
up.
but a D&D cruise, and like I said, I mean, when you think about, the typical image that you see of, the smelly guys playing D&D, and, they won't buy their miniatures at the store they're at because they can save $1 to buy them on Amazon. Okay, you're thinking, are these people ever going to get on a cruise ship? And clearly, it's gone very mainstream. We have some really exciting stuff going on with the Nerdosphere coming up, and
I think it sets sail from California.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
going to be some really, really cool stuff, some higher end activities for D&D, because gaming has gone mainstream. Gaming in so many ways. I mean, look at the $150 board games
So
you
hopefully,
can buy. I mean, that's crazy.
because we've had cosplay conventions, actual
Yep.
conventions,
Yep.
cruise ships, and we've had like celebrity guests on them. Hopefully, with
That looks
this, they
neat.
can get some D&D creators on there to do like a panel or something with people to talk about it. Would make it even better?
I definitely would.
I'm excited. If it
Yeah,
was
I mean,
in Florida, I would do it in a
that's-
heartbeat.
Yeah.
The only thing, sales from California.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Get on
wanna
a
fly
plane to
California.
California. Big deal.
And spend a few days in LA while you're there
yeah.
so you can explore.
Yeah, there might be something left by the time you get there.
Take a guide.
Now, have you ever played Among Us?
Yes.
I love Among Us.
Okay.
I streamed Among Us for a good period of
Among
time.
Us.
Yeah, it is
You're
a
sus.
pretty cool game, and this is real neat because if you're going to do it in the VR world and you're trying to find the killer that is Among Us, this is going to be a rad way to play because at some point you get up and get stabbed in the back. And so, I mean...
What are you talking about? He just went in for a hug. That was all.
Yeah, that was
They're
odd.
friends.
So yeah, there's some really cool stuff going on with this thing, and I love where the metaverse is headed with stuff like this, and taking these classic games and getting ready to go in and play. I mean, can you imagine going in and
really
playing
call
Clue?
Among Us classic.
Can you imagine
Yeah,
going
that'd
and
be
playing
fun.
Clue
That would be
or
fun.
Monopoly as a game like this, or I mean, just Mousetrap? That would be crazy. Okay, trying to build the Mousetrap.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
In order for Mousetrap to be played, it cannot work.
Mine
In
always
order
works.
for Mousetrap to be played, I have to figure out how to play it first because setting it a whole friggin' thing up was me playing it as a kid. And I'm like, all right, I'm done. I have no idea how this shit works. I just built it up, and that looks cool enough to me.
And then you're done.
Yep, exactly. I caught one of the mouses twice. I'm good. I'm good.
There you go.
Mom, help me pack this up. I am 6 and cannot reach the top shelf.
So, because we're low on time, I want to skip number 20 and actually go to 21 real quick.
Okay, which means other news.
don't have time for
We don't have to play the
Totally
video,
weren't right
but
there.
Winnie the
Yes.
Pooh is no longer owned by Disney.
Yep, it expired. It got too old.
Disney still has their version of Winnie the Pooh. It's the original creation of Winnie the Pooh that they don't own no more.
And now it's
Right.
public domain.
Yes.
Yep.
Christopher Robin, you left us. Where the fuck did you go?
So
But
yesterday
Ryan
was
Reynolds
public
did a
domain.
great little video
They
for
were
his Mint
classic
mobile
works
phone
and
with
the
Winnie the
public
Pooh. It was funny.
So cool for him. Glad he did it. I mean, anything Ryan Reynolds touches at this point is gold. I don't know where he gets his creative, who his muse is. That is, Winnie the Screwed.
Told you, this is great.
By Mint Mobile with maximum effort.
I stumbled
big
across this
wireless
last
bill.
night. I'm like, we got to throw this
And
in
the
here.
stories begin. Yeah, I got this, and
Great.
I'm gonna fall back on. It's going to be tough for me to enjoy it because I don't like it when people take other people's creations and pollute, dilute, screw them up, just for laughs and stuff. You know how I felt about Holmes. Okay, these are franchises that are
Watson, great
meaningful
movie.
for.
You my favorite Will Ferrell movie?
Yes.
Next to Elf?
Yeah, go ahead. So I'm a little on this one, but you know what?
great.
I think this is going to be a great way to finally get this into China. Because Winnie the Pooh is banned in China.
But
You
now
know,
any
right?
company can make Winnie the Pooh movies.
Bastardize everything.
Yeah. Winnie the Pooh is banned in China because everybody keeps comparing him to
Panda Bear?
President Xi.
Oh.
And so it's funny. So he actually banned the character from the country. All right.
We actually got a good chunk of these done tonight. I didn't think we would get this far.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. We're done. Have a great evening. Have a great week. We will see you next Tuesday night on
Enjoy
Nerd Talk.
Boba Fett.
Bye, everybody.